Welcome to Only Murders in My Mind. Hello everyone, it's Thursday, it's 5 p.m. and it's Only Murders in My Mind. And I'm here with Liz Hedgecock.
Hello.
And Mike Jackson.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So I'm hoping everybody's well. This is a tie-up because we, for various reasons, which we're going to tell you about, this is going to be our last podcast. Can you edit that, please?
No, leave it in. Why change now?
Just leave it in.
Yeah, but with mistakes, because we make too many mistakes. No, that's not the reason. We have got a lot on, all of us, for different reasons, and we decided that we needed to at least have a break. I'm not saying we'll never ever do one again, but at the moment we need to have a bit of a holiday from podcasting, I think, don't you, Liz?
I think that's fair, yes.
Yeah, because Liz is busy writing her books and Mike is busy doing other things, aren't you, Mike? You're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
I like
Very mysterious.
I'm doing a lot of stuff. I mean, in terms of the podcast, if I'm not mistaken, John, this is episode 91.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we've had a good run at this.
We have.
90 episodes. We've been going for well over 18 months. And I think right at the very beginning, we heard some statistics that said the vast majority of podcasts don't get past episode 3. So I think the fact that we've got to episode 91 makes us feel good, and hopefully makes you feel good that you've helped us to get here.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
as Carol said, we just need a break. We need a break. We're all so busy, and this seemed like a good time to have a break.
Yeah.
Not saying that we're not coming back, but we don't know if
Or
and when.
in the future we may come back and do something completely different.
Yes.
Is it worth saying what we're doing, just to, so that people don't think we're just
I think it's a good idea to
dropping everybody and just going away? And I mean, one of the things is that the three of us, well, four of us, sorry, John, we'll obviously keep in contact. I mean, we do anyway. And
But we'll still be talking, just not into microphones.
that's right. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, there's a certain cafe in Stockton Heath where we're going to meeting up on a regular basis. So if you'd like to hear our voices, come and have a seat at the table next to us and listen to us.
That would be kind of weird.
Because all we'll be doing there is rambling like we've done on this podcast for 91 episodes.
Yeah. We've got a good relationship, and as I say, we can find lots of things to talk about. And our producer, and editor, boom, is now at university, and that's one of the reasons, isn't it, John? You just tell your little story.
So, in September I've started going to university to do music and audio production. So,
Woohoo!
yeah, thank you.
No problem.
So, I'm learning more about stuff to do with audio. I'd say like the podcast is kind of like one of the reasons I've gone back to education.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy doing this, and like I was initially trying to find more work in this kind of industry, but wasn't having much success. So I went to a few open days at university that did audio and found one I liked, and so I'm doing that now. And while at the moment my workload isn't as hectic, it is going to be down the line, and I won't be able to like put much effort. Well, I wouldn't say effort.
As much
work
time
into this podcast as I've been previously. And like, we've done 91 episodes, and like they've all come out weekly. I think that's
pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good.
It is. We've not missed a single one.
No.
Even when some of us have been ill, the others
have
have stepped in and kept it going.
And can I just say, John, that you have produced and edited these. People don't know how many mistakes we make, because John edits them and produces them so well. So thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you.
Not a problem at all. Like, it's something I enjoy doing, and hopefully continue to do like various stuff. Like, because I would like to do other podcasts in the future. So Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
So if anybody out there is looking for somebody who wants to edit
sound engineer.
Then
yeah.
One thing that John just said just worried me slightly with his course. I knew the course was to do with audio. I didn't realise it was musical as well. So I'm worried that the next thing might be Only Murders in My Mind, the musical.
Oh my life!
It is. Music is involved, but like you don't have to actually know how to play an instrument, and it's all to do with the equipment and how to set it up, like
in a recording studio when bands are playing, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because the best thing an audio technician can do is know how to mic everything up quickly and efficiently, because time is money and all that.
Oh, it is, in a situation like that. And
but that's been true for our podcast.
Yes.
Because when you think every time we've come to do any recording, it's all set up. I mean, you can't see us here, but we're actually sat at a table. We've each got our own mic in front of us. And all that Liz, Carol and myself have to do is have a cup of tea, come and sit ourselves down and talk.
And chat.
We don't really appreciate that John's done all the work to make sure it's set up in the first place, and we'll do all the work afterwards.
Yeah.
The easiest bit has been us three rambling half an hour.
Saying that, it is time consuming producing this podcast. We have put quite a lot of effort into it. I know it sounds like it's seamless when we're talking, but we have production meetings, we do research into what we're talking about, and we've all got busy lives. John's only 3 days now, and really should be studying on those days, and you do have work to do on those days, is Wednesday and a Friday. So nobody wants to come out on a Friday afternoon and record a podcast. So that left it to Wednesday.
And getting 4 people in the same room at the same time when you've all got various commitments, it's some of which
difficult.
cannot be broken, like university, is just tough.
Yeah.
I think also the fact that we've done it. I mean, before we started this, I think the three have said to each other, always fancy doing a podcast.
Yes.
We've done lots of other things. The three of us have done various gigs where we've spoken, for example, and we've done presentations, but we'd never done a podcast, and it's one of those things we can now tick off. We've not just done a podcast, we've done 91 episodes of a podcast, so been very successful. And remember, I mean, I know Carol, you've talked about the idea of doing another podcast sometime in the future that's going to be completely different to this one.
Another reason why we've got to have a break is my health's not been brilliant the latter part of this year, and I've recently been diagnosed with something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a genetic connective tissue disorder. It's as complicated as it sounds.
I was going to say, I wouldn't want you to have to repeat that too many times.
No. So one of the things doctors learn when they're at university and they hear the sound of hooves outside their door is don't look for the zebra. So there's lots of horses running past, you look for the horse, because most of the things that come through their door are common things they'll see a lot of. The zebra they won't see. And the symbol for this particular genetic disorder is a zebra, because sometimes you have to look for the zebra. I am 73 years old. I've had this all my life, and I've only got a diagnosis in the last few months. So I might do a podcast about that.
You've got a title for it even, haven't you?
Yes. Am I a zebra? So
there you go. I would listen to that.
Yeah.
So, and it'd be completely different.
Yeah, it's nothing like reading. It'd be me talking. I mean, already with Fiona, she said she knows 2 people with it.
There you go.
So that might be 2 people I can have as guests to talk about it. So it'll be a niche subject, but it's something I feel needs to be highlighted because the pathways to diagnosis are very, very difficult.
But one of the things, Carol, with it is that because you have done this, Only Murders in My Mind, for 18 months, then doing another podcast is not going to seem so daunting, is it? It's going to be,
no.
I mean, it'll still be poor old John who's having to produce it and edit it and all the rest of it.
But the thing is, with it just being me,
yes,
we can record it at John's convenience.
Yes, yeah.
And they probably would only be 15 or 20 minute sessions.
You know, you could be doing it 2:00 in the morning, couldn't you?
In theory. Actually, that probably would suit John. Doing things like that. So that's a possibility. And I did say at one time I'd do a YouTube channel. This is all dependent on when I leave working for the NHS. And that would just be on fashion and stuff for people of my age.
Because you've talked about this before. On the podcast, you've talked about the fashion YouTube.
Yeah. I must admit, I think I prefer to do a podcast because nobody actually sees you do.
No, but I think one of the things is that the four of us are creatives.
Yeah.
And therefore, there was always something around the corner. You know, you've got the Zebra podcast, which may or may not come off in the future. You've talked before about this interest you've got in fashion and the YouTube. I fancy playing and doing more with YouTube. I'm not sure what. I've done some, but I fancy doing more of that. And I think this is it. Just because we're stopping the podcast doesn't mean to say that we're creeping away to, disappearing into a rabbit hole somewhere. No. We're all planning on doing other things.
Yeah. Stuff. You might say.
I mean, Liz is a very good artist, and
yes.
that is another spoke of your wheel, isn't it?
Yeah. It's something I would like to spend more time on.
Yeah.
I'm working on a painting at the moment, and it's a standing joke at the art group I go to on Wednesday mornings. It's like, are you still doing that? And I'm like, yes, because basically, I probably get an hour and a half of stuff done on it at art group, and then it's like, I will try and do some more of it at home, and I never do.
No,
I unpack it the next week and think, all those things I said I'd do.
Yeah.
Is this the one with all the leaves?
It's the one with all the leaves.
It's coming along. It's going to be beautiful, I think.
Well, unless I mess it up, which is quite possible because it's watercolour.
Yeah, you never. That's it. I've just started experimenting with acrylics again because I go to an art group as well. And the first
you should go to an art group, Mike.
I don't think I've got. Isn't that strange though? Because we've all sort of stopped doing full-time jobs, as it were, and doing other things. I mean, I've been retired now, 16 years. And I don't know how I had time to work.
Lots of people say that when they're retired, don't they?
There are so many things that I'm doing and so many more things that I fancy doing. Just because you get that bit older or retire, it actually, I think, just opens up a more creative world for you to explore. Because you're not tied to a job. You can actually go out and you can explore podcasts. You can explore doing things on YouTube. You can explore art, writing.
Yes.
And I think this is where we're all at. We're all at a stage where
we're experimenting.
Because we've got our fingers in so many pies, sometimes you have to take your finger out of one pie and concentrate on others.
That's the thing, there are only so many hours in the day.
That's right.
And there's nothing you can do to change that.
No.
Yeah, and I'm heavily involved with my choir as well.
Yes.
Which I absolutely love. Singing for Joy.
Yeah.
The person isn't called Joy, by the way. The person's called Emma.
Well, the thing is, you see, Carol will have the lead role in Only Murders in My Mind, the musical.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about what, the main numbers might be now.
I don't know.
Let's not go
that.
down that road. Let's not go down that road.
But, I mean, Liz, as I say, I think you've produced some beautiful art over the last 12 months. You'd like to do more of that. But you are producing a lot of written work as well, aren't you?
It keeps me busy.
It does keep you busy, yeah.
So, Carol is one of my early readers. She's a beta reader for me. And yes, I do keep throwing books at you.
I love it.
Some regularity.
All these books for nothing. That's great.
but I think also with Liz, because you do quite a bit, I know you've been doing some co-authoring with Paula again recently.
Yes.
That's a time commitment, isn't it? It's not just your time, it's making time to fit in with who you're working alongside.
Oh no, it's something that, we book it into the diary and then I have to think about, right, I've got this much time until I'm writing with Paula. What can I do in the meantime to fill that? So it's things like, you might end up rushing a book through to do that. And again, that's quite a time commitment.
Yeah.
And it's not just doing the draft, it's the editing, the re-editing, the polishing, the putting it through the publishing stages, sorting out a cover, all of that.
Yes,
so,
there's a lot goes to it,
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I am editing. I'm doing the first edits on book 2 of Lolmouth Bay.
Oh yeah.
And I've just approved the cover for that. So with the aim of getting it out before Christmas, I am waiting for the beta readers to come back to me about Northern Soul.
Yeah.
And the cover for that is sorted. I don't want to get that out before Lolmouth Bay 2. And I am also writing a new story, which is really bizarre because I dreamt it.
Oh, right.
I had a dream and I woke up and I thought, whoa. I was dreaming a story, and I sort of wrote down as much as I could remember, which, sort of just images really, and sort of, things happening with no real order. And I just kind of thought, you know what, I fancy writing this, so I'm writing it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what a psychologist would make of that.
But yes, it's set in 1955.
Oh, right.
Which is very unusual for me, because
It is,
normally I'm
isn't it?
either modern or Victorian.
You are.
So yes, lots of full skirts.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting, yes.
Mm.
And John, what do you see yourself doing in the next 12 months?
Like, what, in university wise?
Well,
Working
yeah,
very hard.
Because what he doesn't tell you is he's also a member of a local acting group, which he's got a part in the next play.
That's it's in Stockton Heath, called the Stockton Heath Methodist Society. The play we're performing is Comfort and Joy. It's a nice comedy Christmas play, and so far, like on our first night, we've sold like nearly 70 tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And again, it's another commitment.
Yeah.
It's another creative arm that between the four of us,
We're doing.
we're doing.
And if he's not acting, he usually helps with the sound.
Yeah.
So you enjoy that, don't you?
Oh yeah, like I went there to help out initially just with backstage stuff, and they needed more male actors, and I was like,
One of us.
Join us.
pretty much,
John
yeah.
will be second lead in the musical.
So it's a variation of things that we decided that it was probably the time to. I mean, we were talking about going on, so we've been doing it for 2 years, but as I say, it's really difficult at the moment trying to get us all in the room together
I think
because of
sometimes
commitments.
you've just got to accept,
We've come to the end
the
of our
time has
lollipop.
probably come, and I'd rather go out while we're still enjoying it and not kind of consumed with when are we going to fit it in, when we're going to fit it in.
Yeah.
One of the things that will be happening is obviously the post, the blog that's been going alongside this will be. This will be the last episode that will go up onto the blog post. But I've been putting a weekly writing challenge up there, which some people have been enjoying.
Yeah.
And rather than that, well, that will stop, but I've sort of resurrected. I've had a short stories blog going for many years, which I've sort of neglected. And I've gone
Probably partly because you were doing
podcast
blog.
But I've gone back into that with some vigour at the moment. So it's mjshorts.com. Nice, easy address to think. And what I've done is I've started 2 weekly writing prompts on there. One goes out on a Saturday called Saturday Scribes, which invites you to write a 100-word story. And the other one goes out today. First one's going out today, and that's called 5-sentence stories. Back in about 2013, there was somebody who had a blog called Lillian, can't remember the name, but she did this weekly prompt called 5-sentence fiction, and it was great fun. So I've sort of resurrected the idea. So I put that black and white picture will be going up every Wednesday, and inviting people to write a story in exactly 5 sentences.
Difficult.
Depending, the length of the sentences is up to you. But if you're interested in writing,
that's an interesting one, because isn't there a thing about an email should be no more than 5 sentences?
Yes, yeah.
I tend to write,
So
whole books in my emails.
But when this goes out, I'll also put something on the Only Murders in My Mind blog post.
Yeah.
Pointing you in the direction of my short stories.
Yeah. So people can
so if people want to carry on writing.
And that's the thing, we all still have social media available.
Yeah.
I've got newsletters, all sorts of malarkey.
And me not so much, I must admit, but I have been over the last 2 years, I have been doing talks for church groups, WIs, etc. on writing, and I think up to date I've raised about £300 for the local hospice.
Oh, great!
Because that's the first time I did one of these talks. I was presented with an envelope with money in, and I'm going, "What's this for?" They went, "It's a speaker's fee." I went, "Is it?" Okay. So now, if anybody says to me, "How much do you charge?" whatever you can afford, because it's going to go to St. Rocco's, and I leave it up to them. So I've enjoyed doing that, and I did one last week, and probably getting another couple of gigs out of,
Yeah.
because that's what happens, isn't it? You do it with your friend David, don't you?
Yes, David and I recently did something about some poetry and some harpsichord and some pictures that I put together, a PowerPoint presentation, all to do with letters of the alphabet. And the money we raised from that, which was about £300 or £400, all went towards helping to keep one of the local libraries up and running.
Yeah. You've given all your money to charity that you've
And
earned for
before
things
that,
like
it's
that.
a charity called Mediquip,
Yes.
Mediquip for Kids, which is a Northwest children's charity.
Yes.
So, it's not as though we don't have other things that we're doing.
Oh, no.
But yeah, and
I'm
also
beginning
if
to
you want
wonder
to
how
know,
we
we
ever had
managed
time
it.
to do a podcast.
I am wondering too. But yeah, so I mean, if you want to know what we're doing, then please join our social media.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Follow
get
our
better. I'll have to
websites.
get better at that. Yeah, the choir is singing. My choir is Popvox. Google it if you want to join, and because there's various sessions around the Northwest, and we are doing a charity gig at Manchester Cathedral at the end of November for a charity called Brainwave, and then we're doing another gig at the Liverpool Metropolitan Cathedral at the beginning of December, and that's for the NSPCC.
Yeah.
So that's all charity stuff as well.
One thing I will do, as this will be our last podcast episode going out, as I say, it'll go onto the blog. What I will do is put links to Liz's, to all our links that we've got.
Yes.
So that if you wanted to, for example, subscribe to Liz's newsletter or subscribe to my blog, then that's a way of keeping in touch with us in case we, at some stage in the future, do something else like this together. Or, for example, if Carol's Zebra podcast comes off, then at least you're going to keep up to date with it. So what I'm basically saying is, if you want to get rid of us, it's not that easy.
Yeah, and
You put it so well, Mike.
I'll put the links to your socials in this episode, because the links that have been in every episode have been to your Amazon pages and whatnot. So I'll make sure to do that.
They'll be at the bottom of this podcast as well.
Yeah, because we are everywhere between us.
Yes, but
Facebook, YouTube, blog posts,
Bluesky, Instagram.
Oh, I'm on Bluesky too.
I don't even know what that is.
It's an alternative to Twitter or X.
Yes, I have heard of it. I'm sorry. Yes, I have heard of it. So I think, unless we've got anything else to
say, it's been really fun doing the podcast
we've enjoyed
and
it.
working with you all.
Yes, it's been a joy, and we've always had a really good laugh, and people have said that listen to it regularly have said you sound like three friends enjoying yourself. I said, well, basically that's what we're doing. It's this is as Mike said, this is what we're like in the cafe. We just sit and talk to each other and have a laugh. So this is, but we did have subjects. Obviously, we had titles we wanted to talk about.
Sometimes we even stuck to.
Yes, it's true.
I mean, just to say very, very quickly, this all began a number of years ago when myself, Carol, and Liz went to a meeting at the Warrington Library about something to do with writing, and we came out, the three of us, and said, "What an awful meeting that was! Let's go for a coffee." So we went for coffee. And from that is where, in some ways, our friendship grew, because we then started to talk, well, what can we do, the three of us?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we started off doing some talks together and what have you.
Yes.
And that's not going to go away, because one of the things we decided when we met last week and decided that this would be our last episode, we also decided, right, we're going to make a point of meeting up for a coffee at least once a month to chat about... who knows?
Everything, life in general.
What we're up to, what we might want to be up to.
Yes, Liz usually makes us before for Christmas. We usually meet up, and Liz gives us things. What are you going to do next year?
Yes.
What's your aims for next year? She's very good at that.
She is, and we tell her, but we never keep to it.
Well, I don't always. So.
So it has been a joy, and thank you very much for all our regular listeners. Bye, Joanne. Sorry about this. That's my hairdresser. So until the next time, it's bye from me.
And bye from me.
And bye. My teeth are falling out, sorry. And bye from me as well.
And bye from me.
You have been listening to Only Murders in My Mind, a Random Thought production. Produced by John Bissett. The music in Peril was composed and recorded by OM Studio Strings.